Do you see my problem? Look, come here. Come on. Do you see anything wrong about this? Yeah, it's actually 4 views on this recent one of my Pokemon videos. You know, I'm very disappointed in this entire video. I wanted to do an actual completed series, and without it, I mean, I can't just see this. So, we're playing, since I did mention you guys that I was bringing a successor, and I thought maybe doing a top 10 video games would be fine, but then that'll make me struggle so much, if you can tell. But for now, I'll be telling you guys top 6 videos that I will pick that will take Pokemon's spot, and I'll just be the Pokemon spot. This time we're gonna change it. It's not gonna be like, you know, like the Senran Kagura gameplays. That one has a reason why we have to get dirty in there. But without further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed this top 10 videos, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Ever since I was a kid, I grew up with my main Nintendo 64 game that I got with my console, Donkey Kong 64. It's a pretty fun game. As a kid, I've always played this game so much, so it's been a while I've played this game. The game is kind of similar to Mario 64 and Banjo-Kazooie, but it's really fun to play this game. I've had a lot of fun. One of my favorite things was summing out weapons, fruit weapons actually. But in order to give you guys one pretty good advice, I suggest you blow on the cartridge, because if you don't blow the cartridge, it will crash my game, and there it is. You guys are pretty okay hearing some bug error soundtracks, do you guys? But yeah, make sure to blow the cartridge first, put it in on the N64 if you have one, and finally play the game completely. Just don't get this error like I did. Mega Man 8 is one of my favorite video game titles, and it was the reason I played the PlayStation 2. I didn't really care anything about the PlayStation games, but that was me as a kid. Now I'm actually having fun playing a few PlayStation 2, well, not PlayStation, a lot of PlayStation titles, but that's not the real reason I came to talk about. Mega Man 8 would have been in this list, but apparently it was Mega Man X4. This is actually one of my favorite titles that I enjoyed playing as a kid. To this day, I still have the original, but I can actually play this also on the Mega Man X collection on my GameCube. In Mega Man X4, you have the ability to actually change everything. This is actually a PlayStation 1 game, and I really gotta look for the manual book. I gotta take a look at all the villains and all that and read every data. The Mega Man X series was more a upgraded version of the original, but that's what makes Mega Man X one of the best titles I've ever played. I know people were asking for a first-person shooter for the requests of a gaming industry in my channel, so yeah, here it is. Let's move on to the next game. Super Smash Bros. Is one of my favorite titles of all time. Even when I play another game, I always try to take a break from playing that game and go to Smash Bros. Depending which one, but if I had to pick 2 of my favorite titles, I would say Smash 64 and Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U and 3DS. I've actually mostly been playing these 2 out of all the Smash Bros. Titles. It's something that I've always loved. Smash 64 is the game I grew up with, and Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS, I was very impressed. The Wii U and the 3DS had different stages, different soundtracks, and it had the same fighters because Masahiro Sakurai wanted to equal them. At least I like every Smash game except for Project M. The 3DS had some pretty good stages that people wanted to see on the Wii U, but the Wii U was a little different, so it's understandable to have two different games and have different stages. My mom already knows this. Whenever I take a break making videos or making an entire review, what I always do is start playing Super Mario 64. It's a pretty fun game. This game was actually the first 3D open world that made Mario successful and also had a lot of pretty cool commercials. I just wish that they could remake it and make it based on the original. Final Fantasy Explorers is my #1 video game that will be joining in my channel. The game is Final Fantasy Explorers, which obviously you explore around the world, which many people have claimed that Final Fantasy is the masterpiece of all gaming. You can only attack once in this game against every monsters. It's obviously that this is really hard, but once you level up, you can do pretty good combos. And don't forget that every time you kill a monster, they drop an item. I like how they have the traditional RPG elements. The object of the goal is to explore around the world and collect many crystals as you can, which that has always been in the Final Fantasy universe. Which is why the game is #1 out of... I'm just kidding. Final Fantasy isn't my #1 favorite game that will be taking Pokemon's spot. The reason I did this is to actually make a friend of mine sorry for spoiling everything about Final Fantasy games. So for now, I get to show you guys the real #1. Fire Emblem Awakening is well known for being my first Fire Emblem game, but also the only series that none of my friends ever talks about. I hated it so much as a kid because I didn't understand the gameplay, but now that I've actually been playing Fire Emblem, I finally understood it. You know, an interesting fact about myself, if I ever face a player in Smash, you can tell that I'll mostly use Fire Emblem fighters.
You know, I'm very surprised that Fire Emblem Awakening made it in my channel, which is actually the most request. It was actually the recent requested. So for now, I actually have my Lucina and my Ramen amiibo. The only interesting thing that this is a Japanese amiibo, which I still give the credit to the person who sold it online. And this I found it on a video game store because I was looking for this forever. But if you excuse me, I'll be right back because I'm gonna head to my closet and just chill there. Unless you guys want to join.